Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me very loud and clear?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So, let's play one game. Just now we played a game, and I think some of you didn't enjoy it. So, this will be an icebreaker game where I would get to know about each and every one of you. It's a very small, very simple thing. So, what we have to do is we have to add one quality to our name, and that quality should start with the first letter of our word, of our name. Like my name is Annie, so I can say um awesome Annie, like Sandeep, smart Sandeep. So, something like that. And if you can't think about something that starts with the first letter, you can obviously like change it. And what you think about yourself, what is that one quality that you want to add to your name, and you think that is my quality, and that is something that is very powerful in me. So let's play. Um, if you can just turn on your cameras. I understand some of you are not comfortable with that, but if you can, then it will be so good to see each and everyone, rather than talking to the black screen. So it looks good when we see people around and whom we are talking to. Right now I can see only Sandeep and some black screens and some very very small photos. So if we can just switch on our cameras, or while we introduce ourselves, at least that time if we can just switch on our cameras and I can just look like, apart from your name, I can just connect with your faces also. So Sandeep, why don't you start?
My name is Sandeep. I work for Justice and Hope as project coordinator. I work the sanguine Sandeep. Sanguine means you're optimistic even if the situation is not so good.
Hey, good. If not, with the first letter, if you don't, if you think that that is not suitable, you can even add some other quality to your name which can help us to understand more about you. Okay, Garima, your video is on. Okay, you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Naima. The G. Yeah,
Anything, Garima, that you think about? If not starting with G, anything.
for awesome.
Awesome. Okay. Actually, Garima is a very good video editor, and she is on social media. She makes her own reels, and she's very good with her work. And yeah, so I know something about her. Yes, who will go next? Fast. We will do it fast so that we can switch on to our session then.
So sorry, I'm unable to turn on my camera.
Okay.
I'm Olivia, observant Olivia. I work with Justice and Hope and as a communication specialist.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Who will go next? How about Monica?
Hi.
Hi.
So my name is Monica Solis, Selfless Solis. I've joined newly for with as a advocate counselor for just one.
Good. Thank you so much. Yes,
Thank you.
Santoshni.
I'm Santoshni. I'm work in Unnathi team. Smiley Santoshni.
Nice.
Yeah, Santoshni lives up to her name. I can testify that.
That's nice. Yes. Paul Devakumar. Paul, are you there? Okay, how about Indra Paul?
Yeah, Indra Paul, I'm a mother of Sandeep. So
Okay.
my name start ignite enthusiasm and hope in life to everyone, not only to my children, but everyone. I like to give ignite positive thinking. That
Wow.
is, I am. Thank you.
So good. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Yes. Jaishia?
Hi, I'm Jaisha. I'm unable to turn on my camera right
No
now.
problem.
I work with Justice and Hope as a social worker in anti-trafficking project. And I was thinking of words with J, but didn't seem like they were appropriate for me. So I'd go with thoughtful Jaisha. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Anne?
Accessible, and you can.
Wow, that's good.
I work as a special educator.
Okay, thank you. Sydney?
Well, supportive Sydney.
Okay.
I'm a retired railway employee and I was once associated with the Equip India, and those children are still connected to me, and wherever I can, I try to help if possible in my own way.
Okay. So nice. Tony and Shilpa are a very good friend of mine. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yes,
They were my former colleagues.
yeah. So Maggie, then Annie can go. Maggie and Annie, are you there?
Hello, this is Annie. I can't think of anything from the first letters. Encouraging Annie, probably.
Very good.
That's what I would like to be.
Thank you.
And the mother of a special child and presently a homemaker.
Thank you so much for introduction. Lucy.
Sorry, I think Garima has said great Garima.
Great.
I also thought of that only for her.
That's so nice. Thank you, Garima. Lucy, you want to say something? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Lucy. Lucy, can't hear you.
Lucy or lively Lucy.
Yes, now we can hear you. Lucy, now you are muted. We were able to hear you.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry?
You didn't hear me?
No, now we can hear you. Yeah, introduce yourself.
I work in Justice and Hope. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Any one quality of yours, Lucy, that you want to your
Yeah.
name?
Um, I think lively.
Lively, Lucy. Okay, nice. I hope I haven't left anyone. If I did, then you can just unmute yourself and speak, or you can just type in the chat. So as Sandeep has given a huge introduction, so my name is Annie, and I work with like I run my own organization called Logos Transformation, and I'm the co-founder and director along with my husband Samson Theodore, and both of us we started this organization, and so there's a story behind that. Both of us were in lucrative jobs. I was in media, and my husband was working in an MNC as a learning and development coach. And and I was inclined towards social work because I was lot into convent school and all those things. But at one point of time, when my husband and I we were into lucrative jobs, we were also doing some kind of social work, and but one point of time we thought, why don't we start something of our own? And then we uh like not a company, but we started doing some freelancing work. Like my husband was used to take some training uh, sessions for other organizations and companies, and I also started taking some translation and all. It's not about, because we wanted to do something on our own. Like we never wanted to depend only on our jobs, because everyone, we think like we should grow and we should do something of our own. So we thought that why can't we start something of our own? And we had no idea of working among people with disabilities. We had nothing, no clue about it, and we were just training people. And then there was one day when when a couple with disability, they visited our house. And before that, like, it has a background on that, but I'll just cut short the story. And when they visited, they shared about people with disabilities, and what struggles they have, and how they uh, are not given a proper opportunity. They are sitting in their houses. They suffer so much domestic violence. And then there was a story of a girl who was orphan, and she was locked in a room by her own brother because of parents passed away. And the brother locked her, and they just went on a holiday, and this girl was eaten by live maggots. And that was the story which really shook me, like, why any person should live such a lonely life, and why there are no opportunities for them. And when there were a lot of stories that they shared, and that really shook me from inside. And then my husband and I, we thought that, we told them, we have no experience in working among people with disabilities. We are in our full-time jobs, and how we can help you. So they said, why don't you come and take one training session for us, for our group of people? And they also had no organization as such, but they had a group of people with about 40 to 50 people in their group. And we just went there, and we saw so many people with disabilities in one room. And I asked that person, from where you brought them? Where are these people? So he said, these people are among us. They are in your neighborhood. They are very much around us, but we don't see them. And because we don't see them, that's why, like, they're out of sight and out of mind. We don't see them, and we don't think about them. And in that session, we thought that we will do some, we will do like some motivational speeches, and there was some motivation but it was opposite. My husband and I, we got motivated rather than motivating them. And that day, we discovered that these people are so sharp, they have so many skills, and then by whatever we can do, we will do for them. And because there was this inclination in my heart towards working among people with disabilities. And so that was the time when we thought, okay, maybe this is the purpose that, because everyone in their life should have a purpose. Sorry? Okay. So maybe this is the purpose that maybe God is leading us, and this is the purpose of our life. And so there, um, we took it as, as our vision, and we started training people with disabilities. So it was along with our jobs, we were training people with disabilities. So after a few sessions, there's a man who walked to us and he said, "It's good that you trained us. Now what's next?" And we said, "Go and find the job and do the job." And he said, "Who are those people who will give me the jobs?" And said, "Why? In companies you can go, there are lifts, there are people who can give you jobs." And then they said, "No, whenever people look at me on wheelchair, and whenever people look at me as a person with disabilities, they don't give me jobs." And that is where my husband and we started looking for jobs for people with disabilities. And then we tried, we got some success, but the success was like not very promising. It was like a very short-term success. Like, people were coming, they were going, they were giving interviews, getting selected. Sometimes they got selected, sometimes they didn't. And when they got selected, after a month, they were forced to leave the job because they were not matching to the policies of the company. And that is where we thought that there is a loophole. Like, we have to work it around and make this circle whole. So first I left my job, and then my husband left his job, and we started our own organization called Logos Transformation. Before that, we did a lot of volunteer work, lot of work to understand disability, to work among people with disabilities before stepping into any kind of full-time work. And so we left our jobs, we started our own organization. And since then, we are training people with disabilities and helping them to get work. So that day we thought, if some people can't go to work, why not bring work to them? And we started giving them work from home opportunities. It was way, way before COVID came. So I must say that we are the pioneers of work from home opportunities. So yes, so we started work from home and giving them work from home opportunities and training them, skilling them on content writing, translation, video editing, and transcriptions, and all kind of content work that is required in the market. So with the vision that everyone can perform, and that is something that we carry, that everyone can perform, everyone should have just a second. Yeah, I'm sorry. So with the thought that everyone should perform and everyone can perform. And so with people with disabilities, it should not be something that, that because they are people with disabilities, they are not getting jobs. They have not. So like, I'll just share the slide with you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Thank you. So Logos Transformation is the company name. And just a minute. So how we started working is like when we studied the unemployment rate. So like in our session where like in the introduction where Sandeep also shared, like there are about 2.8 million people who are people with disabilities, and among them there are 66% people who are without jobs. And this was something, and this is the data that is taken, like this is 2011 data, and now I think it will be more. So about 66% of people are just sitting at home doing nothing, like they have no jobs, they have no opportunities. So we came up with this star model, which is source, train, assist, and resource. So source, like we source people for uh, like if we have to do some trainings, then we source people from other organizations or even individuals who connect with us through social media or through our website. And then we train them first. When we source them, we ask them what is their interest, because most of the time when we asked people what is their interest, then they said, most of them, they said, this is the first time anyone is asking us what is our interest. Mostly people, they say, uh they look at our disability and they say, like, what we can't do, but they never ask us that what we can do and what is our interest. So we ask them what is their interest and what they want to learn, and then we help them to get the trainings. It can be in computer skill related to content, or even call center training. So there are different trainings that we have, which we do with our partner organization, and we train them. Then we assist them to get jobs, and assist them on job with OJT. Like we help them that when they will go for a job, what will be the things that they have to face, and what will be the environment, and all those things. And then we resource them. So in here, we offer organizations 3 months of hand holding for every individual. Like we tell them that we will be working along with the organization and the individual, so that organization can understand what are the policies and how they can work with person with disability, because most of the time organizations, they don't understand the kind of disability they have. They don't understand the challenges of person with disability, and they don't understand how to deal with them. So we help organizations to understand the disability, and how they can work around with the policies and the infrastructure for person with disability. And we also help person with disability to understand the work environment they are in, and what the profession, how they can work with full professionalism. So this is the bridge that we build between the organization and the individual. And then we have livelihood models like language and post-production. Then there is disability inclusion at workplace, what I've spoken about, that access to full-time jobs, placement, and then, partnerships in urban areas. And there's also entrepreneurship for people with disabilities. So we also help people with disabilities to start with their own small scale businesses, or if they have investment, they according to what they can afford, and how we can introduce them to the micro people who fund micro enterprises, or who want to start with if they want to start with their own, then what are the trainings that are needed. So we have also started with the barista training, and in that we are also helping, not only making them job ready for job, but also ready to be an entrepreneur. And if they don't get a job, they can start with their own business. So this how they can, because this is something that we are, because the main focus is livelihood. Person with disability should, they should be self-sustained, they should have livelihood opportunities, and they should have all the opportunities that are available in the market. So recently, like today morning only, I was speaking to one person and he asked me that in your barista training, what kind of disabilities are you looking for? I said all kind of disabilities. And then he said, how a person on a wheelchair do you think can have the barista trade? Because the machines are on a high level. And I said, yeah, I know that the machines are placed on a higher level, on a higher platform, and a person on a wheelchair cannot get to them. So we tried different methods, but it didn't work. But now we are coming up with a solution which by which a wheelchair can be lifted up to the level where they can reach out to the machines. And he asked me, why you want to include them? I said, because we always want to set an example that where people just leave people with disabilities like, okay, we don't think so that we can do this. We don't think so that we can bring in this solution. We don't think so that we can invest in this solution. So why not leave this person behind and do the project? But we want to include everything. We don't want to do what everyone is doing, and let's include everything. So when we talk about the topic of employment for everyone, the topic that if we talk about like empowering all abilities in the workplace environment, this is something that we all of us need to take care of, like how we empower everyone in the workplace. Everyone should be empowered, and this is what we also believe in, that everyone should be empowered. It's not like about less disability or more disability, or this disability can work and that disability cannot work, but everyone should be included, everyone. Because when we started the star model, it was not easy. We don't even belong to any field called disability or any education regarding disability. All that we gained was experience and then study and everything. We stepped into this environment. Why? Because because inclusion, and when we call about inclusion, inclusion is not an activity, it's a mindset. And when we talk about accessibility, accessibility is also a mindset. It's not an activity. Because if you have that mindset that that I have to build an accessible environment, I have to build an accessible building, I have to make things accessible to everyone. When I have two boys, so the elder one is 16 and the younger one is 10. So we every year we do Christmas carnival. um, in That is our annual program. That is a bigger program that we do every year, and we have about 500 to 600 footfall every year for our Christmas carnival. And so like we organized it at a place, and there was a small platform, and we added and we said, okay, we need a ramp to this so that people can go to the main carnival area. And then we had this big hall where we had this Christmas carols and all the programs going on. So my younger one, when he came, he said, this ramp that you have added to that you have attached to this door is wrongly placed. And no, it's not. So he said, no, this door, from this door, the bigger wheelchair, the motorized wheelchair cannot get in. And my husband and I, we looked at each other and he said, yeah, he's right. Because we never thought about the motorized wheelchair users. And then I immediately called one of the person who used motorized wheelchair, and she was around, and she came and she checked, and she said, mine is smaller one, so it's going with the bigger ones. The people who use the bigger ones, it will not go. And immediately we took out that ramp from there and we placed the ramp on the bigger door, at the bigger door from where all the wheelchairs. So it's like, and then my husband and I, we were talking like, even our kids are so aware now, because it's all about mindset. It's not that uh, because they have seen their parents working among people with disabilities, and wherever we go, like in the malls or any place, there we always talk, oh, this is not a wheelchair friendly place, oh, this is not an accessible place, oh, this place is so inaccessible. We always talk about it, and that is where our kids are learning that, and they are also implementing it. So it's not about an activity, but it's about the mindset. We need to change the mindset around us. We need to change the mindset of people around us, because accessibility is all about mindset. If we think that, oh, no, people with disabilities can't do this and can't do that, let's leave them. So it will not work, because the topic that was chosen, like empowering all abilities in workplace. So we need to empower people. It's not only about how we will empower. When we reach out to some of the organizations, they say our organization is a rented place, we can't build ramp. But there are a lot of things, other things that you can do. If you can't build ramp, you can extend your facility, or just a small place you can build it, at least accessible, if not a ramp. Like, there's no interest. It's not only about ramp, it's also about how you think, how you act, what all activities that you do that can include people with disabilities. And in workplace, I must say, that people with disabilities, when they go to any workplace, like I know, like, we have placed so many people, we have trained about 1,000 of people, and now and we have such a good success rate that they are placed, they are doing their own jobs, or they are working on their own projects, and maybe they are sitting at home and working on that. But everyone whom we have trained are earning. And why? Because they just need one opportunity. And when they get that opportunity, they don't want to leave it, because there are very limited opportunities for them, because people, they don't even open it for them. So this is something really um, sad, as well as I must say that this is very encouraging also, because people, they don't give up. People with disabilities, they don't give up. Regular people give up on them, but people with disabilities doesn't give up. So this is something that is really encouraging, that really help us to go. People ask us, like, who is a person with disability in your family? So I must say, there's no person with disability in my family, but still I'm working among people with disabilities, because I think there's a lot and lot of work to be done. There's a lot of awareness to be built, and there's a lot and lot of opportunities that should be open for people with disabilities. Because in our group, there are people who have done their PhDs. There are people who have done, like, I have introduced you Garima. Garima is from our group, and we have so we are working from 10 different locations of India, and we have about 25 people with disabilities working around India for us. And it's not an easy work, I must say, because it takes a lot when you ask. So there was one incident. I will just finish with this story. And there was one incident where my husband went and met a person from a very good MNC. and they knew my husband personally. And he said, why you left your job just to, help these people? Is it that you want to make money out of these people? That's why you are giving them jobs? So my husband said, no, 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 this is not my work. This is not my job to give them jobs. This is your job. This is your work to give them jobs, because you are not doing your work properly. People like me have to leave their jobs and do this work. So he said, how you are working? So he said, see, if you will hire them, then you have to you are more worried about how you will build your infrastructure, from where the fund will come, board will not approve, then you have to work on your policy, and to just to not to go through all those exercises, you are not employing people with disabilities in your office. And then now if you have to leave all this, then people like me have to take it on. So this is what, and then he said, what we can do for you. So he said, just outsource your work to people with disabilities, outsource your work so that they can get some work. If you can't do this, if you can't bring them to you, get the work for them wherever they are. So this is something that all of us can, think about. And this is the time where you can ask questions and let me know, like, if you need any clarity on anything. And please ask questions, because I always say,
Annie,
yes,
hats off
yes.
to you and your husband and your sons too. I
Thank
don't think
you.
we'll have any questions to ask you, except you've been your history and the introduction to the ministry is just fantastic. Really, hats off to you guys, and God bless you, and may you be able to reach more people with this. Really, very inspiring, very inspiring. God bless you. God bless
Thank
you.
you, Sydney. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah.
And you said you work in 10 locations, right? Is that around India, different locations?
Yes. So we work in 10 different locations of India. We work in 14 Indian and 5 foreign languages. Yeah. So why we work from 10 different locations is, like, we have language localization projects that we do. So people sitting in Delhi who are born and brought up in Delhi, but that person is a Bengali or from or a Tamil, so that person cannot speak that language or doesn't have that proper command. So we hire people from the local people from the state to do those language localization, so that we can get a good quality of work.
Uh, the different people are also employed in that, right?
Yeah, we have like people who are working for us. Everyone is, I mean, like, all of them are people with disabilities.
Hmm. This is like translation work?
It's translation, it's audio video work. Like, we also do a lot of audio dubbing, voice dubbing, and voiceovers. Yes. Anyone else? Yes.
Annie, where are the locations in Delhi? Anywhere in South Delhi?
South. We are
Okhla,
located in Dwarka.
Dwarka. Acha, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's rather far. Okay. My daughter works as a maxillofacial surgeon, a professor in maxillofacial surgery at the Jamia Millia Islamia Hospital
Okay.
cum College in Delhi.
Okay.
So if you have somebody who needs dental care, I'm sure she would be willing to help.
Thank you so much, Sydney. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. whenever I ask people to ask question, and when there are no questions, then I think like people have understood everything or they have understood nothing. But
No, no,
I
let
hope.
them recover. Let them recover from their shock, after hearing your wonderful presentation. Then you'll have a flood of questions, I'm sure.
Thank you. But I always go with the first option that they understood everything. Because, yeah. Yes. Any questions? You can ask any question. If not, then over to you, Sandeep. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Sandeep, and everyone here for attending the session. It was really nice sharing with you. And whenever you want to connect, you can get my contact details from Sandeep.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. And it was a great pleasure to have you here today with us and to hear you speak. And you just mentioned that inclusion and accessibility is a mindset. And yes, it's so true, right? When there is a will, there is a way. And you want to include people with different abilities, you sure can. But you need that will and you need that mindset, right? And you also said you were not involved in social work or with people with disabilities, but still you felt that stir in your heart that you need to support them and empower them, right? Similarly, even though I am a person with disability, I was not in any way involved in social work. But that calling, that stir in your heart, it pulls you in that way, right? So thank you so much once again. Thank you for all those who participated today. We would like to involve you in our monthly meetings, and please feel free to share your feedback about today's session. And if you like us to cover any particular issues or topics in future meetings, please let us know. And posting our contact numbers and our social media handles. Please feel free to get in touch with us. I and Santoshni, we are in Team Unnathi, but you can get in touch with anybody in Justice and Hope. And we will keep you informed programs. Follow and connect us on social media. So that's it. See you soon. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up again next 4th Friday at 6:30. This week schedule was a bit changed, but next month we'll again meet in the 4th Friday, 6:30. Please keep your calendars free that date so you can join us. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Annie.
Santosh, Sandeep, could you just share with me Annie's